Hello, I am Orange Cat, and this is my review for the first episode of season 22 of South Park. The episode is entitled Dead Kids, and I was very conflicted by this episode. I knew they was gonna try to do skewering of both sides of the gun control debate, and there really wasn't even too much of that in there. It was just like, oh, we installed metal detectors. Oh, Butters has a fucking machine gun now. It's not a machine gun. I think it's supposed to be an attempt to look like an AR-15. But at the same time, it's like there was not much development with that plot in order to really properly satirize it. Because it was just more of a framing, like a plot device, like, oh, there's been another shooting, Sharon's angrier, another school shooting, Sharon's angrier. And it's like, and obviously South Park has historically done an amazing job of skewering both sides of it. But at the same time, it just felt like they were too scared to really attack a certain side to it or both sides to it. Like, like Sharon, oh, she overreacts to things, maybe too much, but it was about a school shooting, which is something to react towards. So I think they were trying to go for, oh, she's the only one reacting, but we've all become so numb to school shootings because there's been so many of them that we don't react anymore. I think that's the general message they were going for, even to the point where in the end of the episode where Stan gets shot, to the point where they don't even really care that their own son got shot. I believe that was the intended goal. So I'm going to judge as if that was the intended goal of the episode from a moral standpoint, from a theme standpoint. The B plot was actually pretty bad though. B plot, it just like Carmen's being Cartman this episode. You can't say anything he was doing is out of character, but he just kept focusing on, oh, Token has to like Black Panther. He's a black guy. What do you mean he doesn't like Black Panther? He hasn't watched it. I mean, not didn't like it. It's like his parents liked it, but Token hasn't. There must be some deep conspiracy here, and all this just so Token will let him cheat on the math test. It was just you can tell the writers knew how to start it, but didn't really know how to figure out a way to finish this plot. Because then you just had this Cartman confronting Token, bluffing, being like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell your parents. I'm gonna tell news organizations that you never watched Black Panther." Like as Black Nelson's, oh, it's a big cultural thing for African Americans. You have to have liked Black Panther if you're African American. But Token being like, "I never watched it. It's PG-13. My parents won't let me watch it. I swear on my mom's body, I never watched it." And then Cartman's like, "You must have hated the movie then. That's why you're posing like this." And it was just and I get how they try to do the action scene ending with the bullets flying because it's another school shooting. Honestly, I have to admit I laughed once or twice during that segment because how it was done. Like it's something you shouldn't laugh at, but you couldn't help but to in that scene. And other than that, I think the problem with the episode from a humor standpoint was that they were too scared to really make dead kid jokes because if you're gonna make jokes about school shootings, you're gonna have to make a dead baby joke or two. And they never showed a kid actually getting shot in this episode. And it's like it's a TVMA show on Comedy Central. South Park's done more hardcore stuff. Like they've shown Muhammad before. So they shouldn't be scared to show something like this. But at times it felt like they're very saccharine about things. So it just felt like the claws were never out, really. The claws were held back at times. Like they said with the satire too, how really the only satire was, oh, people are numb to it. People don't care about school shootings anymore because they happen all the time. They don't react in the way that you normally would after how it was say after Columbine or after we did after Sandy Hook. And I think that was the only thing the show had. It really wasn't that much of a deep theme. Like at least as much as I hated the first episode last season, the if you don't remember, it's the one where they covered Charlottesville, the events of that event. Let's just keep it at that. And of also at the same time, renovation shows. At least they tried deep theming, and you can understand where they were going for with the deep theming. But this one, it was just like we pick one simple idea and we're gonna go through with that. But okay, let me focus on some stuff I liked in this episode. I've been pretty negative about it so far. There was one moment when Randy was crying with Butter's dad, and Gerald Broflovsky, kind of a bit of a gender reverse, like, oh, the woman would be the one crying to her friends about her husband, not the husband crying to his friends about his wife. And there was like mention about like maybe she's going through menopause, and just the way Randy said, I don't even know what that is. I giggled once or twice. I'll admit that. Also liked like how Butters was stunned the first time when he was hall monitored to Cartman sneaking up on him, how he like pushed his gun and almost shot him. How that was done was pretty funny too. Other than that, there was not much really well done humor. Like you had the overextended like, oh, get Cher into the school so her husband can sing a song to her, which I guess was them trying to be like, oh, LOL, random. But it really was just kind of boring. The only thing interesting about it was when the school shooting was going on, you see the bullets flying around, no one reacting to it. And that was just the only interesting moment in it. Other than that, neither plot really was that like intriguing to me. It was two B plots at best together. And it was just considering they had 9 months to prepare for this episode, I just feel like it was a bit of a letdown this week. If I have to rate it, I would give this a 5 out of 10. I am Orange Cat. That is all.